play with her backup singers, the sense of, you know, common cause and togetherness in that. It wasn't just selfishness. It was about strength. It was about independence and about sharing that, and everybody looking for that.
My recollection is that she, that's about the time, or maybe it is, when she went down to Muscle Shoals, which is not exactly Detroit, and Aretha Franklin went down into this swampy rock and roll place and emerged with a different sound. She had an ability to play across all kinds of different genres. That must have also been one of her real talents.
Well, and really, you know, drawing from her gospel training, her gospel background, never letting that go no matter what kind of song she was singing. She had rock and roll and soul and pop and jazz singing in her, but that, you know, the gospel at the heart of that, that was something that was so washed out of a lot of great singers, you know, that they had to compromise that to become pop stars, and she compromised nothing. She got to the heart of what it was that she was raised in and made that this, you know, this universal sound, and this sound that took over the pop charts on its own terms.
All right. Thank you very much, Alan. Trey Johnson is joining us. He writes about music, race, politics, and culture for Rolling Stone. Trey, let's talk about Aretha Franklin's range. You know, she could do gospel, she could do pop, she could do rock and roll. Her range was amazing, even opera in some cases. Where do you think she got her confidence as a performer?
No, I think she got a lot of that confidence from her upbringing in the black church community. I think, too, you know, I think a lot of what I think Aretha's power was is that she knew how to inhabit a song authentically. And so she wasn't someone who just kind of phoned it in. She really kind of chewed up every line and lived it out in an experience that made you feel like it was part of her as a person.
And Trey, what about her cultural role? As I mean, we've been talking about her artistry. Put her in context in terms of American music.
Oh, Matt, you know, as Rolling Stone has cited themselves, you know, Aretha is probably the greatest voice we've ever had. I think, too, it's about that power that she had with her voice, that constantly ground people in a common sense of humanity and struggle and power, whether it's about love or the obvious things around respect and dignity. I think, too, what's special about Aretha was that, you know, she used her music and she used her platform to also constantly advance and lean into the causes of equal rights and civil rights for her community. And I think those things together made her voice not only richer, but I think more honest and true for a lot of people.
Yeah, she grew up singing in the church choir in her father's church. Vladimir Dudier has been in Detroit all week at the church, and we were talking about the influence that the church played in her life. Can you talk about that, how that influenced her as a singer and a young girl?
Yes, you know, from my understanding about Aretha, is that a great deal of it was about where she drew her strength from. And I think her sense of perspective and story, you know, a lot of her songs, particularly her love songs, are ones that have been elevated to kind of like transcendental status. But at the end of the day, I think that she was often tapping into the experiences of families and communities and couples and households that she was immersed in every day. You know, I think she was such an important instrument to vocalize, in particular, the story of the black woman who wasn't always given the platform for talking about their love stories and their hardships and what it meant for them to kind of put on like a metaphorical hard hat every day and step out into the world and hold your head high.
I like that, Trey. Metaphorical hard hat. Nicely done.
Well done, Trey. We'll end it there. Thanks so much for being with us. Coverage of the death of Aretha Franklin will continue on your local news on the CBS station and on our 24-hour streaming news service, CBSN. And we'll have a complete look back at her life tonight on the CBS Evening News with Jeff Glor.
Now, many of you will return to the CBS This Morning on the West Coast. This has been a CBS News Special Report. I'm Gail King with John Dickerson, CBS News, New York.
Today, go to $1,000. Sorry, sir. I'm gonna go. Let's do it. Let's do it. If you roll a 2, 4. $1,000 cash. Milk and eggs, $500. $1,000 cash plus